Imagine being on a billionaire's payroll for maintaining their mega yacht, making $8,700 per month as a chef, or $3,800 per month as junior stewards, or $19,600 per month as a captain. Salaries like these make our job seem demeaning? Nope, not at all. On these mega yachts, all hell breaks loose. There's prostitution, drugs, and illicit killings. To show you what we're talking about, let's give you a deeper and darker side of what really goes on a billionaire's mega yacht. By the end, you'll be grateful for your existing job and fearful of stepping on such mega yachts. Let's first take the example of a billionaire in stormy waters, an Israeli billionaire and philanthropist. In September 2010, a huge yacht anchored in Turkey named the Sabarona, which was 446 feet long and was rented for tens of thousands of dollars a day, was anchored. Now, the yacht was at mid-sea, and while it was there, the Turkish police raided it, revealing a Kazakh businessman on board with 9 young girls, 2 of them underaged. The policeman found a huge amount of contraceptives and a file with escort girls' pictures and hotel receipts. 2 Turkish billionaires were arrested and investigated immediately. This raid was the result of a 5-year operation to take down the network of sex traffickers, which coincidentally happened during the billionaire's stay, in which he kept denying any involvement. According to the investigation, Tawfik Arif, a Turkish tycoon and a former business partner of Donald Trump, had an organization dedicated to supplying the women. One of the suspects who worked for Tawfik confessed, quote, "When Tawfik plans a vacation or holiday in Turkey, he usually calls me. If he wants to rent a yacht, I take care of it. He comes here to meet friends and talk about investments, and I order models for them. I don't know if they're underage or not. Tawfik asks me to find them." You might be wondering where the staff is in all of this. For that, the police referred to the yacht owner, also a billionaire, Karman Sadikoglu. When the police asked him whether he was informed by his cabin crew about the suspects bringing escorts and sleeping with them, he responded, quote, "No one reported such things to me. I didn't know Arif Tawfik and Alexander Mashkevich used the yacht for these purposes." Turns out that's why the job pays too well, to keep their mouths shut. Do you know what makes mega yachts such an easy gateway to illegal stuff? There's no check and balance. Any person, maybe not any person, but someone with billions of dollars, can purchase a mega yacht. And when it all goes south, they deny ever owning one. Take, for example, the 2 Russian billionaires Igor Shechen, who is head of the Rosneft oil company, and Alisher Usmanov. They own the 86-meter Amore Vero and 156-meter Dilbar. Or at least, that's what they deny. Both yachts were impounded after a major scandal. But luckily, The Guardian got a hold of the captain, who gave us the inside scoop. He claims that there's a good reason why normal laws do not apply to these floating palaces. Deep cleaning to remove traces of drugs such as cocaine can be a regular requirement. The extent of prostitution is an open secret, with women regularly transported to boats. He further mentions that the industry is, quote, "very sexist and ageist and racist," end quote. Non-white crew, or those from poorer countries, have little chance of being hired, and female staff are usually required to send full-length profile photos to prospective employers. They're sometimes also asked to test regularly for sexually transmitted diseases. Some specific yacht users are known to regularly exchange sex for gifts, such as luxury watches. It's a norm in the industry, the captain said. The owners want to hook up with the stewardesses. It's quite crazy and disgusting. Over the years, this industry has gotten bigger and more accessible. Some events, like the Cannes Film Festival, which are supposed to celebrate the best of cinema, seems to be a beacon for the sex industry. According to the excerpt by The Hollywood Reporter, quote, "Every year during the festival, there are 30 or 40 luxury yachts in the bay at Cannes, and every boat belongs to a very rich person. Every boat has about 10 girls on it. They're usually models, and they're usually nude or half nude. Clients are told to put the money in an envelope and write 'gift' on the outside of it. A term coined for girls boarding the yacht is yacht girls. They are exploited to have sex with rich, older men, some of which are even B or C-list Hollywood actresses or models. Now here's the scary part. According to The Hollywood Reporter, it's been going on there for 60 years. Now, quoting, "It's drugs and drink and beautiful women. Go out on one and you'll see. The girls are all waiting for their envelopes at the end of the night." let's not forget, these are the same mega yachts that publicly boast the Cannes after party, which features celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Naomi Harris, Rosario Dawson, and also Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. All the boasting takes place on their socials, but God knows how much fun they're actually having. For now, we've seen how the staff keeps quiet, while some confess anonymously. There are some who suffer the consequences so badly that they're either killed or kill themselves. Let's give you some gruesome examples of that. In September 2010, Will Black, a 28-year-old from Ripley, Surrey, joined a Billionaire's yacht as an officer in charge of crew and equipment. Just 6 weeks in, and he was declared missing. His body was never found. And some claim that he died when he was piloting and collided with another boat. Will's mother, Judith, was inconsolable after receiving the German captain's call about her son's disappearance. What was strange was the captain's attitude towards the incident. According to her, quote, he said, "Don't worry," as they had thrown some flowers in the water for Will and given his belongings to the police. It was like he didn't exist to them. They just didn't care. Where was the respect for his life? They couldn't even find the owner of the boat, since there is no legal requirement for owners to declare themselves. In 2015, there was Jacob Nickel, a 24-year-old from Cornwall who died while working on a super yacht. He suffered severe brain injuries after falling from the super yacht, which was owned by a Russian billionaire named Alexander Mamet. After 10 days in a coma, he later passed away. Surely, life in the service industry on board can be punishing. In 2007, in a super yacht owned by a Spanish billionaire, a former crewman, aged 40, witnessed the dark depths of prostitutes and sex parties happening on the yacht. And he shared, quote, "We'd arrive at a port and there would be prostitutes waiting. All the female crew were picked for their attractiveness and often felt they were sexually harassed. If this were happening in Britain, it would not be tolerated. It's like modern-day slavery." Overall, we can see a trend of overworking, sexual exploitation, and lack of care for yacht crew members. The most gruesome story of all comes from Australian Instagram model Sinead McNamara. On board the Mayan Queen 4 vessel, the $108 million super yacht owned by Mexican billionaire Albert Barreras, she served as a hostess. After working as a crew member for just 4 months, she hung herself on the back of the super yacht. Despite desperate efforts to save her, she tragically died on the way to the hospital in Athens. Following her death, claims by ex-super yacht workers surfaced about life on the vessels. Hostess Sarah Begbie described how she would work absurd hours and take 2-minute breaks. She told Daily Mail Australia, quote, "I usually started at 6 a.m., and we would normally do 16 to 18-hour days. And I mean, not sitting down for more than 2 minutes at a time." It was also reported by the family that the model, who hung herself, called her family in tears shortly before her death. The family's lawyer shared, quote, "The deceased had telephoned her mother and brother shortly before the unfortunate incident under investigation. She was crying and referred to an incident that took place on the yacht with another crew member." The family stated that Sinead was not having any problems. She often communicated with them and she was happy. What about the billionaire who owned the boat? Well, he claimed that he was not on board at the time the incident happened. 2 weeks before the incident, she posted a cryptic message online saying, "My head is all over the shop today." She also posted, "Take me back to this, where my only worry was not cracking my skull open." There are so many crimes still prevailing in the service industry on the sea. Because of a lack of a declaration of ownership, many billionaires get to act oblivious, while the workers play the "I don't know, I just work here" card. With all these anonymous testimonies and leaks, these billionaires will soon come to terms with their limits on seas, with stricter rules of the road at sea. What do you think can be done to curb such lewd behavior on the billionaire mega yachts? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.